Well, hello and welcome back. Yeah, actually back to Halo 2 because we're gonna react to Halo 2 terminals. I know it's a very weird timeline that I'm doing this in because I just finished Halo 3 and now I'm back to Halo 2, the terminal. So yeah, but hey, we're here to enjoy some sweet ass Halo 2 terminals. So I'm gonna do my best to keep up with the story, follow the story, probably ask a lot of questions, but yeah, let's go. I'm ready. Is this looking fine? Yeah, it is.
Pursuant to Office of ONI Retrieval and Acquisitions Inquiry of 26 September 2552. The following is a target profile of Thel Vadam, Supreme Commander of the Covenant Fleet of Particular Justice, compiled by Lieutenant Commander Locke. First confirmed contact with Vadam came in 2535 on an unofficial human colony known as the Rubble. After-action reports from civilians, as well as Spartan Units 006, 111, and 120, suggest that Vadam was at that point a relatively minor functionary of the Prophet of Regret. Spartan 006 engaged Vadam in combat on the Rubble. Both parties survived the encounter.
Both parties?
Shortly after 2535, the UNSC first encountered the newly formed Covenant Fleet of Particular Justice, now led by Vadam.
Damn, these cutscenes, well, these terminals look amazing.
A view of early engagements with this fleet show that it quickly grew in size from 5 to nearly 60 ships.
5 to 60?
Many human systems.
that's a lot.
ONI Section 3 made multiple attempts to anticipate or even track Vadam's movements at the cost of a number of operatives' lives. Vadam eluded all such efforts, and he continued his unpredictable and devastating campaign.
Jesus.
Vadam also stands out from other Covenant commanders in the frequency in which he takes a personal role in ground assaults.
What a start! Damn. What a start. Okay.
Camber was a major manufacturing center for UNSC fleet materials with a population of 5.6 million. After discovering Camber's location, Vadam penetrated the early warning perimeter without alerting UNSC forces and began his ground and orbital attacks before most of the planet knew they were.
Now it's going fast. Wait.
While 17 of his ships bombed key defensive positions, Vadam led a group of elites in a personal assault on UNSC system HQ.
Oh, Jesus.
One of the first units to engage Vadam was the 3rd Battalion Reserves, who were so unprepared for the arrival of the Covenant forces that Vadam found them unarmed and defenseless.
Unarmed even. Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, they were fast.
In an unexpected display of what appears to be honor, Vadam allowed the 3rd to finish gearing up before engaging them in combat. While we've had multiple reports of a strict system of honor and ritual behavior followed by the elites within the Covenant, this is the first recorded example of such honor being shown to human opponents.
So they waited for them to
defend themselves. 3rd Battalion bosses were...
So that's cool. Cool. It's not really cool, but you know what I mean? They waited for them to get their weapons and fight back. Yeah.
Vadam continued his campaign across many human systems, culminating in his most devastating blow against the UNSC at Reach.
Okay, this is interesting. Very cool.
Vadam's most recent and damaging blow to the UNSC was the fall of Reach. ONI has still not been able to fully determine how Vadam located the planet, and once again, he caught us completely by surprise when his forces arrived in orbit and on the ground.
Yeah, we saw that in Reach.
Vadam is responsible for over 1 billion total casualties and the loss of at least
How many 1 billion?
planets. His forces have defeated all UNSC counterattacks at the cost of 123 fleet vessels and over 23,000 personnel. And now with
Jesus.
reach lost, only in UNSC strategic AI report a 0% confidence that the Navy can stop Vadam through traditional means. In the opinion of this investigator, Vadam is the most dangerous Covenant military asset on the field. It's common knowledge that the Covenant have a significant technological advantage over the UNSC, but are sometimes inflexible in their tactics. This is not the case for Vadam. We cannot predict what he'll do next, but given time, we fear he will dismantle all remaining UNSC strongholds.
Oh.
This agent's recommendation? Immediate termination. If humanity wants to survive this war, we cannot do it with Vadam on the field.
Okay, so there can be defeated like just with our normal you know what he said, with our normal troops. You know, we need what did they say? Tactics? We need just the tactics? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not saying that. I'm just really, I don't want to say too much stupid stuff, so okay. That's me. I did that, right? Yeah, that's from Oh. Hello. He's back.
Quite unacceptable.
Quite unacceptable. Why is the quality so low? So that was us in Halo Combat Evolved, right? That ring?
Glorious day.
Or not?
The prophets will be pleased that we have rescued an oracle from the humans' violation of the holy temple.
Why do you keep calling it a temple? My installation was a weapon, and one which we needed very, very badly.
Oh yeah, that's true. So for him it's an installation, but for them
But oracle,
it's
I do
a
not understand.
holy.
We were told the rings are salvation, a gateway to paradise.
Told?
Is there religion,
By whom?
right?
Anyone who told you that is a fool, or quite mad. That installation was a beautiful tool, designed to destroy everything the Flood might feed on.
Everything?
Oh, quite everything. And if even one Flood spore survived the destruction of my ring...
Communications. Shut down all lines to the fleet. We will not notify the prophets of our discovery until I hear everything this oracle has to say.
I will gladly share what I am permitted, but we have little time. What has been unleashed here could destroy everything you have ever known.
On that, oracle, we are in agreement.
Oh, okay. So now they're separating from the prophets here. I think. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think now they will. I don't know.
Your actions do not make sense. Proper protocol for a flood outbreak is to establish immediate infection reporting. Communications must be maintained with all local forces in order to track any spread of the parasite.
There are no local forces, oracle. For now, all you have is me.
Interesting.
But I tracked multiple ships in orbit, including some remaining human presence. In light of the danger posed by the flood, surely you can set aside this disagreement with the humans and...
No. Anything still alive in orbit is our enemy. The humans have very good cause to kill us on sight. And the knowledge you've shared with me casts doubt on the entire purpose of our covenant. If any of our ships remain above us, they are not the help you seek.
But why would they not provide assistance? Because of this talk of prophecies and journeys? I learned a small amount about your covenant before that reclaimer blew up my installation. But my understanding is incomplete. The AI I encountered on board one of your ships was less than forthcoming.
What you need to know, Oracle, is that thousands of years ago, at the founding of our great covenant, a bargain was struck between the prophets and the elites. A bargain which I fear will be the end of us.
This is just the dude that like recorded it, like, you know what I mean? It's like the end screen of the terminal. Oh yeah, I remember this. That's huge, man.
Regarding the history of the Covenant and its glorious founding species, the Sanshayum and Sanghili, the record of punished deeds would not be sufficient without a word on the Arbiter. Not the consignment of shame that it is currently, but what came before. The legendary warriors of Sanghili past.
Damn.
Long before the Covenant, the Sanghili ruled their world with pride and vigilance. Survived
Sanghili, that's the... Those are the guys before the Covenant.
the perils of both land
Or...
and sea. These were the arbiters of old.
Ah.
Part king, part judge. Warrior rulers, unlike any of which would follow. When we arrived on their frontier world of Ulgathon, the cost of life was severe. Led by a mighty arbiter, the Sanghili resisted our entreatment with ruthless force, leading to decades of war. We would eventually triumph, of course. And when we did, we would not ignore the mantle of the Arbiter. Like all things,
Damn, this is so
we
cool.
would bend the Sanghili to our own ends. The Arbiters would become the very will of the
Ah.
prophets.
Okay. That's cool. That's something. Well, I think somebody touched on that in a comment, but yeah, seeing it visualized like that, it's cool how they like, you know, how they came together.
For generations, our holy arrangement put the prophets in charge of religion and technology. The elites led our military forces to convert new species and find relics such as your halo.
And these relics you sought, the Sanshayum, your prophets, told you that they would lead you on this great journey?
Yeah.
Yes, transcendence, eternal life. Their promises were endless. We gave up our old ways to follow the prophet's lead on the great journey.
They followed them just blindly like that. It's like they were brainwashed.
Gave up all of our history, all of our traditions.
Just to die.
Not all of your traditions, it seems. This Arbiter you mentioned, hasn't that always been a position of power for your species?
Yeah.
Power? It was long ago. An Arbiter was once the pinnacle of our people, leader of the clans, and master of the battlefield. But then, an Arbiter committed heresy, and an example was made of him.
Heresy?
Oh.
He challenged the word of the prophets. Challenged and lost.
Oh. Did they kill him? Yep.
So the title of Arbiter became a badge of shame.
Oh, okay. So Arbiter was first like the term was leader and like the master of the battlefield, like he said. But after that it became a badge of shame. Just basically to go on suicide missions, right?
Those spectacularly failed warriors.
Yes. They were accomplished manipulators. Back before the firing of the array. I see at least that hasn't changed.
Manipulators? What? And before? Before when?
I will explain later. Right now, I want you to tell me everything you can of these Arbiters.
I'm sorry if this is a weird video with the end screen and stuff, but that's the first one I found, you know, the top one, so I thought it was a good one. That's cool. I didn't know that about the Arbiter.
Our holy city was not always as it is, nor was the Covenant.
Man, that looks cooler.
At one time, it was only Sanshayum and Sanghili. But as we grew,
Those two.
and new species were added to our number, radical steps had to be taken. Our first encounter with the Lek Golo was an effort in futility. The blasphemous creatures had devoured a Forerunner orbital, shattering its remains into 1 trillion pieces. What was left became the rings of Te. As no conventional methods could purge the rings of their infestation, we sent one of our most faithful, an Arbiter. For a full year, this Arbiter ventured across the surface of one of their moons, learning both their strengths
And their
and their
weaknesses.
weaknesses.
For a full year. And that's where
It
he...
was there that we discovered the Lek Golo's secret.
I will get out of there, man.
Although some of their kind rightly bore the blame for the orbital's desecration, others had only devoured around the Forerunner materials. And with reasoning and much labor, these could be used to serve the Covenant.
Oh, okay.
And by these means, the great Arbiter had given us one of our most sought-after treasures. Access to innumerable processing pathways of the mighty Forerunner Dreadnought, and to the many secrets it held.
Okay. Okay. Damn, he walked that moon for over a year. That's a lot of time.
It is most unusual that in all the exploits of these Arbiters, you never mention their role in choosing their missions of redemption.
There is no role, Oracle. Once one of our commanders
This is the one I
becomes an
found
Arbiter,
in the game.
he belongs to the hierarchs.
These hierarchs, they are the same high prophets who control all the holy relics you collect from my time?
The same.
And they use these relics to build your new weapons and bring you the word of your gods?
It has always been so.
Interesting. Am I a holy relic?
I do not understand.
Because I am certainly not a god. I am a tool, as is this mining platform you stand upon, as was the installation that once orbited the planet. The Forerunner's technology is lasting and indeed quite powerful, but I'm quite certain they would have told me if I was infused with some kind of divine power.
That's true.
I suspect some of your prophets may have been quite aware of how much divine inspiration tools such as myself could provide. And you never questioned these proclamations. Even your mightiest warriors, these Arbiters, never questioned?
Questioning was what brought shame to the word Arbiter long ago, Oracle.
Yeah, that's what I'm... That's what I was going to say. Wow. One Arbiter, and
How
that happened.
disappointing.
I fear now that there are many questions we should have been asking for a long,
Yeah.
long time.
I would be more than happy to answer any such questions, but I have a few more for you. Continue your tale of these Arbiters.
I should have watched this before Halo 3. Definitely should have watched this before Halo 3, because I had so much more information about the Arbiter, and maybe I liked him a lot more when starting Halo 3 after watching this. From the start, of course. At the end, I liked the Arbiter a lot, because he grew on me, but now I get a lot of information about the Arbiter.
Grafted into the Covenant by faith.
Well, the
or
Arbiter, the
mutual
term, not the
beneficence.
Arbiter from Halo 3, you know what I mean?
The were not such. Their kind was brought into the fold by force, and it was by force that they were held captive. Their world had no prayer against our might and majesty. and their peoples were quickly laid low, many of them brought into subjugation.
Nice. Okay, so that's another
Yet while some
species.
species would perish under such pressure, others rise to the occasion, taking arms if need be, fighting back. Such it was for the Ungoi when their feud with the Kigyar led to rebellion. An effort by the Kigyar to sterilize the Ungoi population was met with stiff resistance, and for a time, the holy city was thrown into chaos. Once fully provoked, the Ungoi were merciless in their violence.
Oh, they were
lashing
fighting
out
each
at
other.
all species. Their large numbers and their tenacious volatility made them a suitable challenge, even for the elites. And yet again, we turned to an arbiter. And with a ferocity unparalleled since the beginning of the Covenant, the Ungoi world would be reduced to glass. Those within the Holy City would be forced to watch, unable to stop what could have been the very end of their kind. The Ungoi rebellion was brought to an end by the Arbiter's hand.
Oh, they're crying.
Their world was not completely lost, and those who survived within high charity found some measure of mercy. They had proven their worth in combat, and would now serve alongside the Sanghili in battle.
That's really cool. That's something I completely didn't know. Maybe, like, again, I get a lot of comments on the Halo video, so maybe somebody talked about it. But now, seeing it visualized and explained to me like this, it's very clear, you know? It's so cool. I didn't know.
I'm starting to fear that you're not very smart.
Mind your tongue, Oracle.
Oh, I mean no offense. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your species. How long have these prophets been anointing arbiters?
Since the fall of Falchavami, the first disgraced arbiter, roughly 400 years ago.
Oh, damn.
Incredible! And in all this time, it never occurred to you how convenient it was that your prophets were able to find a powerful, capable leader among your people, who happened to suddenly commit a terrible blasphemy every time the power structure of your covenant was threatened.
I do not understand.
You do little to dissuade my fears.
Then teach me.
Looking back at the record of the arbiters you've discussed, was it not surprising to anyone that those chosen to become arbiter were more than simple warriors?
How so?
Each of them had significant political influence among your people.
Yeah.
In some cases, that influence was already being used to question the decisions of your hierarchs. In fact, that very questioning often gave rise to the charges of heresy that so neatly removed the challenger from the hierarch's concern.
And once they were branded arbiter,
They promptly and quite cheerfully ran to meet their deaths.
all our lives we look down at the path, put our feet where the prophets tell us. All our lives spent convincing ourselves of the truth of our covenant. Could all of it truly have been wasted?
Yeah.
Let's hope not all of it, for we have a great deal of work to do. The flood is still out there, so I require a cooperative reclaimer to enact proper containment procedures. But your covenants keep trying to kill all the reclaimers I can find. All this bickering is quite a deadly waste of time.
That's true.
Right now, the most important question we can ask is this. Who could break this hold the prophets have over you?
Damn, I should have watched this before playing Halo 3. God damn it, I would have so much more context. I'm sorry that I say I didn't trust the Arbiter at the start.
The history of the Arbiter is one of both legend and infamy.
I'm sorry.
Their name has been corrupted by great shame. Though the contemporary is perhaps the most confounding of all. Thel Vadam was born of noble blood, the legendary House of Vadam. His family's renown demanded great expectations for his military career, and he would meet them all.
Oh, damn. They train like this?
One of the youngest to achieve the status of shipmaster, and one of the youngest to gain the rate of supreme commander. In our campaign against the humans, few have risen to renown as Vadami. World after human world, all laid low for the sake of the great journey. But then came Halo. Shame unto shame. He failed his greatest charge, and the sacred ring was desecrated. By such disgrace, Thel Vadam became the Arbiter. As a mere scribe, I do not challenge the word of the hierarchs, but I would be remiss not to voice concern. This Sanghili should have been put down, publicly slain as an example to all of our prayerful expediency.
Damn. Okay, so this is a hard one to follow.
The discovery of a second ring and the changing of the guard, all things are in jeopardy. Will this Arbiter remain loyal?
Nope.
Or will he stand with his people as they are abolished by our newfound might? I would never openly challenge the divine proclamations of a hierarch, but this Arbiter is a risk I would not have tolerated. And I now fear the days of the Covenant are numbered.
Damn. The days are numbered. Wait, what is he holding?
The only one I would trust with this information is probably dead right now. He was commander of the fleet that brought me to this system. Thel Vadam was his name. But after hearing you tell of the destruction of the ring, I cannot believe that he still lives. His
he died
orders
with?
were to secure the ring, to prepare it for the arrival of the hierarchs. Vadam never fails in his duties. If the ring is no more, then Vadam must be dead.
Duty can indeed be a dangerous virtue. But even if he did live, wouldn't this sense of duty make him quite unlikely to set aside his allegiance to the prophets?
Perhaps not. And he would never betray our people. No, if we were able to just speak to him, explain everything you have told me. But no,
Then it would,
these
okay.
are futile hopes. If he did live, and if he was returned to the High Prophets, they would most certainly punish him
Yeah.
for the destruction of the ring.
Yeah.
In fact, he would be the exact kind of leader the hierarchs would make Arbiter. They would need someone to blame for the loss of the ring. His influence within the fleet grew with every one of his victories over the humans.
And if he did become Arbiter?
Then he would be lost to our cause. Without the knowledge you've shared with me, he would obey the prophets without question. I doubt he would even respond to his former name. I don't know what it would take to overcome, but as you say, we don't have time to ask such questions, and Vadam is almost certainly dead.
If all your hopes rest on him, then I fear for the future of this galaxy.
As do I, Oracle. As do I. But I will begin our
So wait. So the one they are talking about is the Arbiter we know as the Arbiter, right? Like in
Make
Halo
others
3?
aware of the lies the prophets whisper in
Right?
our ears.
Or am I so wrong?
Soon, we will find more who will take up our cause.
I think so. Human colony of Meridian 2551.
Activate the Kindler. Make haste. We have little time.
Oh, what? Oh! It's a scanning cave system.
It has been found, Commander. Very well. Mark the coordinates and proceed with caution. And to think, it has been under their noses all this time. Humans are foul animals. They lack the intellect and the purity to discern the ways of gods. Prepare
Is that so?
for retrieval. The Hierarch will reward us for our devotion.
Damn, they're so blind. It's. Well, I guess they've been
Well
like.
done, Commander. Do you know what you found?
A luminary Hierarch. A divine instrument.
It is more than that, Commander. This is the one spoken of in the prophecies. It lights the sacred path.
It lies the secret path.
Stewards, good news, I pray.
It was not easy, Blessed One. The luminary was not forthcoming with the holy words, but our hope proved true.
Oh, those are the rings.
Sacred rings.
Ah.
Halo.
And not Halo alone, High Prophet. It also told of this. The final home of the Forerunners.
Oh.
And the creation of the sacred rings. The Ark.
Ah.
By the gods. It is glorious. The stories were true. Where did the gods hide such a treasure?
It lies far beyond the borders of our galaxy. Accessible only by way of portal. The one portal the Luminary spoke of was here. The Forerunners called it Erde Tyrene.
Our calling is clear. We must go there at once. We will take the ships in our command and go to this world immediately. This Erde
Okay.
Tyrene. Take heed, brothers. Your work signals the culmination of our Covenant's holy quest. Hold fast. The great journey is at hand.
Okay. Oh, that's it? Oh. Okay. So they found all the Halo rings then and the Ark then, I guess. Okay, so my thoughts. Well, first of all, I said it like twice this video already. I should have watched this before Halo 3. That was a mistake, but hey, I can't change that now. But it's cool how much information I got on the term of like the Arbiter, like how the Arbiter became a name of shame actually. I didn't know that before that it was like a name of like leadership. Again, somebody probably told me or explained it to me in the comments, but I get so much like comments and a lot of long comments. I try to remember all of them and I try to like use them all when playing the game, but it's hard to keep up sometimes. But by all means, keep doing that because it's very helpful. But it's cool to get this visualized and yeah, the way the Oracle you know, talked some sense into them. Actually, well, no, talked the truth into them. It's very cool to see. I wasn't expecting this. I liked the Halo 2 ones terminals more than the Combat Evolved ones. The Combat Evolved ones were like a bit like more confusing. I could follow this a little bit more and they looked gorgeous. And it's cool to get so much information. And I'm sure you'll give me even more information in the comments of this video. So yeah, if you want to add something or you want to explain something that I missed or that I didn't understand, you can leave it in the comments. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Damn, that was cool. That was very cool. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what I should play now or what I like should do next because Halo the next Halo game isn't out yet for PC, so I can't play that yet. But if you want to see some other Halo content or some oh yeah, I'm gonna play some multiplayer, of course, some Halo 3 multiplayer. That's what I'm gonna do next, I think. And I hope to see you there. So yeah, if you like this video, like, subscribe. Oh yeah, don't forget, I have a subreddit where you can come enjoy and post some stuff and share your interests about games, about, I don't know, all that good stuff. And I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.